असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः.
It's so wonderful to be together. And as we speak about bringing in a dawn of peace, it means moving together from darkness to light. In the beautiful mantras that Puja Swamiji just chanted, there was a line that said, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. It means, oh God, lead us from untruth to truth. Lead us from darkness to light. That darkness that we find ourselves in is a darkness of ignorance. We're not evil or bad or wrong. We're just ignorant. So moving out of darkness into light means moving from ignorance to truth. The ignorance that is killing us all today is this illusion, this myth of separation. Whether separation on the basis of our race, religion, color, culture, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, whatever it may be, these circles, boxes that we keep defining ourselves in that get smaller and smaller and the borders get thicker and thicker. That myth of separation is killing us. Whether you look at depression, anxiety, addiction, conflict in the families, conflict in our communities and our societies, conflict in our nations, between nations, climate change, environmental destruction, all of that stems from this same illusion, this same myth of separation. So it is time to move from that darkness into the light. And of course, as they say, it's always darkest before the dawn. And the darkness that we are in now, yeah, it's pretty dark. But it's the darkness also of creation. It's the darkness of the seed underground before it cracks and blossoms and sprouts. It's the darkness inside the cocoon before the caterpillar that has become a butterfly bursts out. It's the darkness and the heat of the potter's kiln before some beautiful creation comes out of it. It's the darkness of that womb of creation. Nature has made it abundantly clear that in order for a new birth to emerge, we have to be prepared to do away with the old. You can't be half caterpillar and half butterfly, or half egg and half chick, or half raw clay and half beautiful vase. We have to be prepared to let go of the old in order to move into the new, which means that at this time we have to dive deeply within ourselves into that source of faith within us, to allow ourselves to be cracked, to be liquefied, to be cooked, to allow us to offer ourselves, as St. Francis of Assisi said so beautifully, as instruments of thy peace. But how to do that? First of all, we choose peace. We choose love at every moment. And it's always possible. That choice is with us. This does not mean we become soft or weak or doormats. Gandhi's peace was a fierce peace. The love of a mama bear for her young is a fierce love. Our definition of peace must also be expanded. It's not enough to just refrain from killing. The peace of today must be a peace in which all of our sisters and brothers of every race, of every religion, of every color, every culture, and every species have access to clean water, to clean air, to clean soil, to their rights. A situation in which oppression, inequality, discrimination, violence is taking place is not peace. Tens of millions becoming hundreds of millions of refugees, having to leave their homes due to climate change, due to lack of water, is not peace. And that peace must be extended to Mother Earth. As we worry these days about the collapse in our economy, let us remember that this economy we want so badly to save and to protect, and we should save and protect it. Remember, the first bit of economy is eco. And so the peace of today must put the eco back in economy. There is no economy worth protecting and saving that doesn't begin with eco. This is a time that calls for expanded peace and fierce love. And lastly, let us realize and remember that spirituality is action, especially now. This is not the time to retreat to a cave and just wait it out or sit this one out. This is the time to create a cave of peace within ourselves, from which we are nourished and nurtured, in which we are anchored and grounded, so that the divine flow can come through us and we can become those instruments of peace for the world. It is a time to be that instrument of peace. An instrument means what? It means useful. It means used. It means action. Meaningful action. Engaged action. In India, we call it karma yoga. Karma means action. Yoga means union. And so karma yoga, the action that we need today, is action that is rooted in an awareness of union, an awareness of unity, of oneness, an action that leads to union, unity, oneness. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna spoke so beautifully about 3 streams of yoga, 3 streams of union. Bhakti Yoga means the yoga of love and devotion. Gyan Yoga, the yoga of wisdom. And Karma Yoga, this yoga of action. And it reminds us that our action must be interwoven with the streams of love and of wisdom into a confluence of love-filled, wisdom-filled, engaged action. That is the peace that we need today as the dawn breaks for all of us to come together in that confluence and be part. Thank you so much for this beautiful opportunity to be together with you today.
My dear sisters and brothers, as we come together for the Shift Network Peace Summit, this is the shift we need. A shift toward peace, a shift toward unity, community and immunity. Everyone these days is worried about immunity, but without unity and community, we cannot have good immunity. Spirituality is a great immune system booster. Peace is our nature. Peace is not somehow, somewhere outside of us. We have to search for and find. It is not something we have to create. We must simply stop blocking our peace. We think the chaos is outside of us, but actually the chaos is inside of us. The chaos in the world is a manifestation of the chaos inside of ourselves. If we are in peace, we manifest peace, spread peace, and share peace. But if we are in pieces, what we will share? Only pieces. So, how to be in peace and create peace? It is a very simple, actually. Everyone says, I want peace. I want peace. In that sentence, there are three parts of I, want, and peace. If you remove the I, remove the want, what is left? Only peace. It is the I, means our egos, our false identities, and the want, our endless desires, that actually block peace from us. So in order to emerge into a dawn of peace, we must leave behind the night of I and want. I remember when I was in the jungle in my youth, a beautiful saint in a cave said to me, बोलो जीवन कैसा है, जैसा बना लो वैसा है, चाहे इसको स्वर्ग बना लो, चाहे इसको नरक बना लो, बोलो जीवन कैसा है, जैसा बना लो वैसा है. It means, what is life? Life is what you make it. Do you make it heaven or hell? It's in your hands. The choice is yours. Do we want to live in peace or in pieces? It is up to us. This year, 2020, has given us very clear 2020 vision, a perfect vision of what pieces looks like. We have seen illness, death, violence, hatred, destruction, and more. Let us now move into living in peace. In order to do that, we need to take care of three things: our culture, our nature, and our future. Our culture, this means not our individual cultures based on our countries or religions, but our global culture of humanity and oneness, our culture of togetherness, our culture of sharing and caring, helping and healing each other. We need to move from a culture of asking, what for me, to a culture of asking, what through me. We need to move from a culture of becoming more and more bitter every day to a culture of being better and better every day. We need to move from a greed culture to a green culture. Let us create a culture in which we live simply so that others might simply live. Mahatma Gandhi said so beautifully, this is always enough for everyone's need and never enough for even one man's greed. Life is not to have more, but to be more, to share more, to give more, to care more. Let us create a culture in which we understand the world is a parivar, not a bazaar. There are two ways of looking at the world, either as a bazaar, a marketplace, or as a parivar, means family in Hindi. When we look at the world as a bazaar, we compete and consume. When we look at the world as a parivar, as a family, we cooperate and share. It is time to move from bazaar culture to a parivar culture and our nature. Last, very important point about our nature. Mother Earth is now healing. When we go inside, she heals. It shows us that we are the problem. Today is a COVID, tomorrow it will be something else. Even today with COVID, so many millions of people are dying each year due to air pollution and water pollution. Even today, so many more are dying of these than of COVID. When our air is polluted, our water is polluted, and our soil is polluted, how can we be healthy? In our scriptures, it is said so beautifully, Mata Bhumi Putroham Prithivya. The earth is our mother. We are her children. Let us take care of our mother. There is no peace without a clean earth. Last but not the least, our future. Suddenly, everyone is worried about the future. People always worry about the future, of course, but now even more. What will happen to us, to our loved ones? The future is in our hands, and it depends on how we live in the present. So, let us take care of our culture, take care of our nature, and that will help us to take care of the future. The nature of our future depends on the future of our nature. If nature thrives, the world thrives. If nature dies, the world dies. Because there can be a plan A or plan B, but there is not a planet B. There is only one planet, our one home. We must protect, preserve, and serve it together. And we can. The power is with us. May God bless us all. Next year, let us gather on Peace Day, here together on the banks of Mother Ganga in divine unity and community. Thank you, being together. Thank you, everyone. God bless you.
The dawn on Mother Earth happens automatically. The earth turns on her own axis. She revolves around the sun on her own. Nothing we need to do. But to bring about the dawn of peace, we must all come together, hands in hands, hearts in hearts, and bring about this new dawn of peace. And so here from the holy banks of Mother Ganga, we raise our hands together. With you, wherever you are in the world, raise your hands with us as we pledge and we commit to bring forth this new creation, to be the ones who birth this new creation of peace, to bring forth the dawn of peace for all, together, forever.